Welcome to a lesson with Dr. Powell. Okay, now let's picking up from where we were last time or in the last video. Let's just try these things out. I'm just going to pick one of the negatives here to start with. I know we have both of these happening for sure, so let's just try one out. Let's just try maybe -2 and see what happens. So we get 1, -2, -7, +14, +16, -32, and then we get -12, and then we get +24. Look at that. 0, whammo. So this tells us that -2 is a root or is an x-intercept. So we know this one actually works. And now notice, since this says we only have one possible negative x-intercept, that these other two are now gone. Kind of nice. Now we only have 3 to check, the 3 positive ones. Why don't we just zoom along to maybe let's just pick 2 again, right in the middle. But when we check this, let's actually use the fact that we did a polynomial division here to help. This polynomial here is now equal to the divisor, x plus 2, multiplied by this. We've actually factored it a little bit already. So we actually have x plus 2 multiplied by x cubed minus 7x squared plus 16x minus 12. We actually have this already happening. So we've already factored it, so let's use that. So next time when we're looking for a root or for an x-intercept and plugging things in, let's only plug into this part. We already have this going on. So we just need to factor this part right here. So we can just keep going, but just do it right here. So when we plug in +2, let's not do it up here. Let's actually go down to the result right here and just keep going with it. So we don't rewrite this again, but we go here. So every time you find one, you've actually simplified your work a lot, because now you only have this to do. So we plug into this part and we see what happens. Put a 1 down, we get 2, okay, and then we have -5, we get -10, get 6, we get 12. Oh, look, that was nice. Okay, we plugged in +2 and we ended up getting 0. So that means that we've just found a factor of this, which ends up being x minus 2. Notice that we pick the factor or the divisor that this causes to be 0, or this causes to be 0. So that's why it's x plus 2, x minus 2. So in this part, we've actually factored this. In fact, we see how it's factored right here. X minus 2 times this part right here, which is x squared minus 5x plus 6. So right here, we can think that this part is now x minus 2 times x squared minus 5x plus 6. And we already know that we have x plus 2 is multiplied to that right there on. And we'll use that in just a minute. Okay, so next, all we really need to do is just factor this part. Since this is a quadratic, let's just go for it and see if we can factor it. Backwards FOIL process. We can, we know we need x times x to be x squared, and whatever this and this has to be 6, like maybe 2 and 3. But then we have to arrange them so we get -5 when we add them. So, well, that works. If we just do -2 and -3, multiply together to give you 6. So we've actually just factored this whole big polynomial going through those steps. We've been successful at factoring it. Let's just read it off. It's x plus 2 times x minus 2. And notice you have an x minus 2 times an x minus 2. So I would clump those together for a square here. then multiplied to an x minus 3. So this polynomial actually factors just like this. So there are 3 zeros, or x-intercepts, but we'll call them zeros. X equals -2, and its multiplicity is 1. So x equals -2 is a 0 of this polynomial with multiplicity 1. X equals +2 is a 0 of this polynomial with multiplicity 2. And x equals 3 is a 0 of this polynomial with multiplicity 1. Thanks for watching.